Let's bring Colonel Richard Kemp back in then. Listening into all of that, very clear here in the studio. People think this is probably a good move in terms of rehabilitating his image, and especially with regards to the Invictus Games, which many consider to be quite a triumph.
Yeah, I'm personally, I have to say, I'm not interested in rehabilitating his image. I really don't care what his image is. I think the important thing is the wounded soldiers who take part in the Invictus Games. That is the only thing that's of any significance. And I would really question what stress he was under during his tenure of service in Afghanistan. Yes, he insisted on going against opposition to fight and to put himself in danger, but what was he doing? He was fighting at very, very remote distance. Not the kind of thing, in my view, that would result in serious stress and PTSD compared to many of the other soldiers who lost limbs, had their lives shattered, and in some cases tragically were killed. I think, I don't think we should be looking at his image as being something of huge importance to this, except in as much as he can bring publicity and bring public attention to these extremely brave soldiers who gave so much. And I think that this documentary has that benefit, and his name being on it is extremely important, of course, because it brings publicity to their cause, but only if it results in, I would say, financial and medical assistance to them, not for any other reason. I don't personally buy all the need to rehabilitate his image, etc. I think the key issue is how much he can bring to the cause of wounded soldiers who still suffer so much today and still don't, in many cases, receive the support they need.
Excellent point, Colonel. Yes, please, Nina.
I think that's terribly unfair of Richard to say that he couldn't see what could possibly stress Prince Harry out. It's not for one human being to say to another what can stress them out. Anything can stress them out. And I think he proved that he was brave, and he proved in all sorts of areas that he was willing to. And if you read Spare and if you watch this series, you'll see that he empathises so much with his comrades. He admires them, he respects them, and the fact that he started up Invictus Games to help them and to help them is a huge positive. And the interesting thing is. When I don't know more about the Invictus Games than anybody else does, and I just think, well, it's people who are afflicted physically. But in fact, the second part of the series shows so much of the mental and emotional trauma.
Do you not think it's become like the Harry Fest?
Disability.
I think the hugely disappointing thing for me is this is about 6 individuals who obviously had struggles, a hard time, possibly lost limbs. We should be focusing on them. We shouldn't be looking at Harry. Yes, he's going to bring in publicity, but we're all here talking about Harry when the conversation should not even be about Harry.
Because the media picks on Harry. If you just watch the series...
But he knows that. And he should have taken himself away a little bit. It should have been about those individuals.
He's hardly in it. He presents it, and he pops up occasionally, just reinforcing, or you see him in a part of a meeting. But it is the story of these heroes. It's the story of these individuals. And that's what makes it so compelling and so moving. And the fact of the matter is, he has facilitated this. He has made this happen. Without him, this would not have happened. Without him, there wouldn't be the Games. Without him, there wouldn't be this series, which I hope people will watch, because it is fantastically inspirational. It really is.